Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible, with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dreams a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Hello, can you please introduce yourselves?
Scott Hicks. That means talk.
Amber.
From Geek in the Country.
All right, so you guys just had your first cruise. How did you guys enjoy it?
I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
And what do you think was your favorite thing that you did?
Favorite thing that we did? Well, we did the excursion in Cozumel. That was very fun. We done speedboating and the ATV.
Awesome.
It was really good. And also had a dinner included and authentic Mexican.
Best thing we did was spend time with great company.
Yes. Yeah, we've aggravated Paul and Meg to death.
And do you guys have any recommendations for first-time cruisers?
Believe everything you hear when they say you're going to eat.
Definitely.
The food here is, I mean, it's convenient, right at hand. Just anytime you want. The ice cream machine needs to be moved. Every time you walk through the door, it's right there.
Great, well thank you for letting me interview you. Hello, can you please introduce yourselves?
Scott Hicks.
I just love that couple so much. I just want to hear them over and over and over again. Welcome aboard, folks. Nice to have you here. Chatting with Shaun on the hump day. No, the day before hump day. Actually, today's quite an auspicious day. It is actually the day before my son's birthday, so I'm a little bit teary because I miss him. He's over in the UK and is having an awesome time there traveling, but it is his birthday tomorrow, so I'll just have to face to face with him. Okay, well, first of all, let's get into the chat. Well, before we do that, that was Scott and Amber Hicks. They are from Carolina. I think it's South Carolina. Fantastic couple, and they were actually involved in the wedding ceremony with Meg and Paul, so that was quite awesome. All right, first in the chat was the Down Under Cruisers. Who the hell are the Down Under Cruisers? God alone knows. Second was Joe G'day. What? Lovable Larrikin. Mate, I've been promoted to a Larrikin. G'day, Nick. How you going? Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Nick says he leaves for Europe in a month. That's great. G'day, Amy. Welcome aboard. Amy, you've been putting up some fantastic stuff, and I love the wet doc that you did with the now Carnival. I know it as the Golden Princess, which became the P&O Adventurer, which is now the Carnival Adventurer. So, what a way to go. G'day, Amy from Joe, and Amy saying g'day to me. She must have done that on a repeat. Yep. G'day. So Nick is saying Scott and Amber are from North Kakalaki. Okay, sorry, I lied. Amy says that Alira wants to tell me and Alana that we are both capybaras. Oh, wow. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that a promotion or a demotion? And g'day, Pete. How you going, buddy? Nice to have you on board. Hope your day was a lot less warm today. I was out test and tagging at 7 a.m. And it was a beautiful day for me. I love it when it's nice and fresh in the morning and pans out to being an awesome day. And that's exactly what we had. So there we go. Well, that was great. And I hope your day was good too. All right. The board had a catch-up meeting this weekend. Well, what did they catch up on? A whole host of things. I'll get into that in a minute. First of all, g'day, Jimmy. Jimmy, you're up early. How are you, buddy? I hope you're feeling a whole lot better. Yeah, I hope you're feeling way better and your figures are heading in the right direction, which is way up. Joe is saying, oh my God, tell Alira she's crazy. G'day to Jimmy. Amy is saying, thanks, Shaun. Got more great content coming. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Jimmy's saying g'day to Joe. And good on you, Peter. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. That's awesome. We need a shipload more people. We're currently sitting on 412 at my last count. And we would love to get as many as possible. We want to actually be self-sufficient, so let's do whatever it is we can. So thank you, mate. Amy is saying that Alira's laughing her head off. Awesome. Joe's saying g'day to Pete. Nick is saying he's going to be doing a cooking class in London, going to be making scones, and then in Amsterdam, they're going to teach him how to make stroopwafels. Stroop, as in syrup waffles, which is cool. Peter saying g'day to Joe. Hello, Nick from Jimmy. And Joe is saying just after 5 a.m. here, Shaun. Joe, it's not 5 a.m. where you are, okay? It's not 5 a.m. where you are. You're in bloody Dubbo. Dubbo is not. Your time is different. Jimmy's time is 500 hours, I know, but Jimmy doesn't get out of bed until he falls out at like 5:35, and he realizes he's got a show coming up, so he better get out of bed. Yep, they are yummy, says Amy says they sound yummy, and yes, they are. They're very sweet. Too sweet for me. Nick is saying it's just after 4 a.m. where he is. Okay, Joe, I apologize. From the heart of my bottom, you said there. I mean, the bottom of my heart. Look at that. I'm being dyslexic today. I mean, dyslexic. Seriously. Okay. Joe is saying someone somewhere up north is getting one mother of a transformer. Saw one on the back of a trailer with a truck pushing and a truck pulling. Whoa. I bet you that's going to a mine site. So that would be what I reckon. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. We just had another member, so there's like six people now coming on the Ducks cruise. 6 cabins sold. Huh. What can I say? It's going to be awesome. We're going to have an awesome time. Okay, so let me start off. First things first. Officially, the Ducks cruise was approved by the board to be a Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise. So we will be putting a recipient on board that ship. Now, I was meant to have a meeting talking about Helping Hands for Cruising. I was meant to be having a meeting with a solicitor today about getting things organized for us here in Oz. But that meeting was postponed until tomorrow. The lawyer had to go into court for a hearing. So it has been postponed until tomorrow. So we will be having a chat tomorrow and we will be finding out more details about what we need to get done. Well, I think we're already halfway there. It's just a matter of doing a couple of other things. Jimmy is calling for coffee. Mate, go and get your coffee. I'm just having my my Kool-Aid, as you guys would say it. We call it cordial here. It's a tropical Kool-Aid. It's quite nice. I quite like it. Nick is saying it was interesting seeing all the types of mines he did in Australia between the opal and the gold mines. Yep, there's quite a thing, quite a bucket load of them. Jonesy, what's up? G'day, mate. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Joe, I don't think so. I'm guessing it's going to a substation which has a transformer that requires upgrading. Could be. But then again, if they've got huge stuff, usually it's headed for a mine somewhere. And I know a few guys are doing some shutdowns and sign-ons and connections and disconnections. So they come and do some training with us. So there we go. Joe is saying g'day to Jonesy and also sending Jimmy a cup of coffee, pod coffee. Yep, awesome. And Jonesy is saying g'day to Joe. Thank you from Jimmy and cordial. Yeah, that's what we call Kool-Aid. We call it cordial. Yeah, I don't know what else to call it. In South Africa, we used to call it Lecol, which was a brand name. So there we go. Things are different ways of doing things. One of the other things that we were discussing. Sorry, guys, I'm just taking off my steel toe cap boots that I was using on the construction site today. One of the other things that was being discussed with the board was merchandise. Currently in the US, we will be getting merchandise organized by a local company there that'll make it shipload cheaper. And we're trying to do the same thing here by finding a local, a much cheaper local source for all our HH4C merch. We do have a contact. That contact is based in South Australia. And they currently do a good thing by us, but that's that's what we're looking at. Jonesy is just looking for tax deductions, and mate, that is exactly where we are headed. That's exactly what we're trying to achieve. Jimmy is saying they call a certain booze a cordial. That's interesting. Joe is saying it was interesting that this transformer was sitting on a 7-row platform trailer instead of between two beams. on a pair of 12-row platforms. Or maybe it wasn't that heavy. I don't know. Maybe it was just awkward. Nick is saying sometime this year they're changing the schedule of the Indian Pacific, so they're going to Kalgoorlie will be in the daytime and not at midnight. Nick got a lesson in spelling Kalgoorlie. That's the correct way to spell it. And Jimmy is saying, make sure you smash the like button. Yes, please, folks. Please hit that like button. We would appreciate that immensely. The like button is it tells YouTube that everybody wants to get more of our content much quicker, much easier. So there we go. Joe is telling us to check out Juicy Isle Cordial. They're good. They do a tropical one and a lime one. Mate, I've been having the Beckfords, which is pretty good too. So I'll actually have a look for it anyway. Thank you, Joe, so much for putting up the Helping Hands for Cruising.org website. Guys, go and check it out. Go and check it out. It's cool. We pronounce it cordial. Yeah, depends on how slack you are as an Aussie. You would pronounce it as cordial as well. Joe, thank you very much, mate, for putting up the fundraiser. I am going to be putting up a show of what the fundraiser is, but to go to it directly, helpinghandsforcruising.org/fundraising. Joe is saying it was heavy. It had to be seen, though it had a truck pushing and pulling. Yeah, it could have been. But if you've got larger platforms, bigger platforms, and you've got a couple of them, then it's not as big as it could have been. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Jimmy's saying, or cordial. Yeah, you could bring cordial. Oh, sorry. No, that was bad of me. Yep. Nick is saying he's excited to go under the sea again. He's done the tunnel from Paris to London, but this time it'll be from London to Amsterdam. That's going to be cool. Juicy Isle is made in Jonesy State. Oh, it's Taswegian. Juicy Isle sounds like a reality show. OMG. Lots of ships and boats and boats and ships. So what's up, Jonesy, asks Jimmy. And Jonesy says, g'day to Jimmy. Joe is saying it was Doolin's heavy haulage. I don't think they have beams and the 12-row platforms. Lamsons are the only ones that have them. Doolin does some pretty big stuff. So I reckon they would have all the equipment. But anyway, that is cool. Now, by the way, Stream Elements is just giving me a heads up as a reminder. Guys, thank you so much for those who have been donating to Helping Hands for Cruising. Another thing that was brought up was that we've been making some money on some of our promotions that Joe has alluded to. In fact, let me bring it up now. You'll get to see what I mean. Because what we've gone and done is, as you can see, we've got the giving bean just over that side, and we've got the popcorn just on that side. Folks, if you're across the pond, please do purchase the coffee and the popcorn. We raised $250 last month. So what we really want to do is increase that and raise a whole lot more. But more to the point, it's helping getting people on board a cruise ship. So let me give you a heads up. So for us to put somebody on a cruise ship in the US costs us roughly somewhere around $4,000 US. In that $4,000, it's we pay for their cruise, we pay for their travel to and from, we pay for their hotel stays, and we give them $150 spending money. If they want to spend more, they can. If they don't, it's up to them. But we give them a vacation of a lifetime for that kind of money. Now, let's take a look at what that $250 did. 100 of that $250 would have gone for something like organizing their travel insurance on board the cruise ship. The 150 would have gone towards their onboard credit. So that money that we get certainly goes a long way to helping out anybody who goes on board a cruise ship. So there you go. We would definitely appreciate as much money as possible being spent on popcorn and coffee. Not that they are unimportant things. They are very important. I mean, Jimmy and I cannot live without our coffee in the mornings. Neither, I think, can Kenny. But anyway, there we go. That's what needs to be done. Nick is saying sometimes he does miss the Fanta soda flavors from around the world. Raspberry in Australia is not available in the USA. There's many flavors. He thinks like 100 worldwide. Yeah. Fanta have spread their stuff across. And thank you, Jonesy. Helping Hands. No, there's not 4 there, but there's Cruising and Helping Hands. So thank you, mate. Appreciate that. And please put it all out there. Joe is saying, hey, Jimmy, you're looking well. I forgot to tell you that last night. Well, Jimmy, I didn't see you last night, but what I can see from here right now, mate, you're looking stunning, even though you just got out of bed. Jimmy is saying, thanks, Joe. I do well in the mornings. As the day goes, he gets more and more fatigued. Can understand that. You'll get through this. Cancer is an itch. Praying you'll get through it. Yes, you definitely will. Thank you, my friend. Well, we have the belief. We have the belief. You are very welcome. Joe's Facebook Messenger inbox is open for him, so send him a message anytime. You do that, Jimmy. You do that. Because Joe answered me at God knows what time today. And Jimmy says he will. So there you go. Joe is saying that he's been hankering for grape flavored Fanta, and Coca-Cola Euro partners have come up with Trumps. Have they really? Well, that's interesting stuff. All right. One of the other things that we were discussing on the weekend was how things were progressing. The Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, man, is coming to the fore. I spoke with Bruce yesterday morning, and the word is that they've had over 20 inquiries, and of the 20 right now, there are 3 bookings right now with 10 quotes out. So we're looking forward to all the exciting stuff that's coming out. So we look like right now we've got 48 cabins booked, and that should go up by the end of the week. I am totally blasting Bruce every day. Tell me what's going on. Jimmy is saying orange Fanta. Yeah, we have orange Fanta. But that was the traditional color for Fanta. Joe, yep, you can now get grape Fanta made in Australia. And Joe is saying he just had a bottle of orange Fanta earlier. Jimmy had some fish and chips for dinner. Mate, fish and chips and Fanta? Oh, boy. What I'd do to have fish and chips. Fish and chips for supper too. That's awesome, Jimmy. What I'd do to have fish and chips and orange Fanta. Anyway, I found out an interesting statistic, but I won't mention it because I might be upsetting a few people. Anyway, Let's have a look at this, shall we? Before I get into Oh, wait a minute, whiskey. Okay, Jimmy, I have to have a whiskey with you, mate. We seriously have to do that. All right, I got to do this before I get sidewinded by Ricky Rocker or someone like that. But here we go, guys. Let's have a look at the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise.
Journey is the ultimate tribute to Foreigner and Journey. You're as cold as ice. Bringing you back to all the eras of both Foreigner and Journey's career. Rocking the biggest hits and fan favorites with a high energy authenticity of two of the world's most iconic bands. Foreign Journey, one of the most popular tribute acts, rock with an incredible high-energy stage show all night long. A show not to be missed.
Well, that's going to be one hell of a cruise, and we're so looking forward to that. Now, talking with Ross, there's some exciting stuff happening with Who's Who. Apparently, the band is coming up with a whole bunch of extra guitars. Apparently, they will be doing the Who's famous trick of destroying equipment on board the cruise. So that's some of that's exciting news. I think we're going to have an absolute ball. You guys got to come on board. The go-kart track is apparently being revamped, recleaned, and ready for us to use when we get on board the cruise ship. So we're going to have some amazing fun. And the bands are prepped, both Foreign Journey and Who's Who are prepped and ready, and they're going to have an absolutely awesome time. Joe is saying he just found out where Coca-Cola Museum is. It's actually in Atlanta. And also, it was St. Paddy's Day today, so we had to have one. Mate, happy St. Patrick's Day. Sorry I missed it. Being Tuesday here, and yesterday we don't celebrate St. Paddy's Day, so there we are. Yes, it's going to be great. Yeah, apparently Ricky Rocker will be severely hindered. He's got Ricky Rocker has his own cabin, which is just the one that they use right near the engine room, in the bilge. That's where his cabin is. We sold him on the idea that he would have a lot of free time and space. Only we'll let him in and out when we want him. Yes, it is the cruise of the century. It will be. And I know full well that if it wasn't for your health issues, you would definitely be with us on board ship. So we will definitely be making a special, what should I say, a special memorial. Usually a memorial is when somebody's not around, and we will remember you on the cruise. Don't you worry. You will find that maybe a souvenir or two heads your way, Jimmy. He won't be performing this year. No, but you know what? Next year there's always next year, seriously. Oh, there we go. Joe is saying Ross sent a video from a show that he went to the other night. Yes, and he sent that out to a lot of us. And Joe, if you don't go to bed early tonight, I'd love to have a bit of a chat with you. I've got an idea that I'm toying with, and I think you would be very excited. But we'll do that after the show if that's okay with you. Nick, he's bringing Tim Tams with him to Europe. Going to have to teach her and her friends and family how to do the slam. Yep. Yep. They were destroying guitars. Yes, they were. Yes, next year. Absolutely next year, mate. Absolutely. Nick, St. Paddy's Day is bigger in America than it is in Ireland. Really? That's news to me. But again, it depends on which island, right? Whether it's Northern Ireland or Ireland. You want to perform on New Year's Eve in Sydney, mate? Hey, the door's open. Come on down. Jimmy would love New Year's Eve in Sydney, but guess what, Joe? You know as well as we do, we'll be celebrating New Year's Eve on the ocean between Airlie Beach and Cairns. And that will be absolutely amazing. Joe, you're in trouble, mate. If you need beauty sleep, you need plenty of it. No, I'm stirring. Okay. You let us know if we haven't finished by then. Let us know when you're about to head out. Nick, no, Ireland is as a whole does not celebrate St. Paddy's Day as big as America. They do celebrate it there, but America takes it to another level. Yeah, why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Well, Amy is a year ahead of us. Well, Amy, you'll just have to bring it down. Yeah, you did. You can always cancel and come and join us. You know that. You can always cancel and join us. Oh my goodness me, did I say that? Yeah, but you could go on a different cruise. A different cruise. But you could join us. You could always join us. Nick is going, but as you know, Shaun, I'm the island expert. He spent a month on that island about 2 years ago. Yeah, and you even wore a kilt. What's more? I want to know, was it drafty? Oh, shut up. Shush. All right, let me do this. We've got one more video that we're waiting on Bruce to put together. That will be of the cruise in April of next year, where Gabby will be going on that cruise. That one goes down to the ABCs, I believe, and she'll be traveling on that as a recipient of Helping Hands. So we're certainly looking forward to that cruise happening for her. And we know Bruce is going to be on board along with a whole bunch of other people who will make her cruise an awesome one. Nick is saying he had his favourite fudge shipped in from Dublin and he's going to be bringing that to her as well. You're not going to get the fudge from Uranus, are you? Joe is going, come on, Amy, you know you want to join us. Very true. Shaun, keep quiet. Wearing a kilt means you don't have underwear on. Well, that's why I was asking Nick if it was drafty. Jimmy is saying that he believes Denise will be there too. Yes, we're hoping that Denise does come on down, so it'll be great if she does come on the rock and roll or she comes on the Ducks cruise. That'll be awesome. Because really, to all intents and purposes, the Ducks cruise for you guys is not that expensive. It's just the flights. And Nick managed to score some decent flight rates. So you never know. Things will be heading in the right direction. Delta have now started to fly down to Melbourne and to, I believe, Brisbane as well. So there you go. She will be on the ABC cruise. I believe that's true. It's the one with Bruce and you're saying Denise will be on the ABC. Well, that'll be awesome. Nick said, but he does like that his flight from Chicago to London is half as long as his flights were to Australia. He loves Australia, but it takes a long time to get there by plane. Mate, it takes even longer by ship. Joe says he has a friend who is of Scottish descent. He's learned a lot about Scotland through him. Yeah, I just want to know, what do they keep in the sporran? Is that their handbag, or what do they keep in the sporran? Jimmy's saying, can I get there by train, Nick? Yeah, no. Well, it's a pretty big tunnel, so you'd be under for quite a while. Nick said he did something not a lot of people do when he flew to Australia. He used two separate airlines, Air Canada and Qantas. How did you find Qantas? Was it better than Air Canada or was it the same? Okay. All right. Now, let me bring this up. Because if I don't, you never know. This is a new one we did, so just have a look-see. An opportunity to come down under.
We invite you to our 6-night Great Barrier Reef Getaway Cruise, December 29th, 2026.
You're Ilana.
You're Shaun.
And together we are the Down Under Cruisers. Come and join us, folks. Here's our cruise.
I'd love to see you.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder, morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around, meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around, meet the world winding road, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Can't you hear those in the breeze? Feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Now the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around, adventures wait around, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow. Now the land it sings to me, with a tune as wild as sea. Hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around, meet the world on a winding road, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, my adventures wait around, meet the world on a winding road.
Don't need that bit, but having said that, it's going to be an awesome cruise too. Lots of great people coming on board. Jim is saying that he'd need a wet train. That would be, I'm going to keep that clean. I'm not going to go down there. Jim is saying we need new transporter machines. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Joe is saying that he'll be taking 2 coaches and 1 train on his way to Brizzy to join the Ducks Group cruise. Mate, we're busy looking at opportunities that are just going to be amazing for that cruise. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff, visiting all sorts of places. And what can I say? Your 2 days beforehand and maybe a day or 2 afterwards is going to be flat strap busy. Nick is saying Air Canada was fantastic on board. The flight attendant and food were awesome. But the way he was treated by customer service was freaking terrible. But it led to him meeting the lady again by fate. That's true. Qantas was very friendly too. That was an interesting flight to beyond, one of the longest in the world, flying directly from Sydney to Dallas. Well, that would have been good. Jonesy's got trophies and smiling, so that's cool. Joe, who is with us on the line on the top right-hand section of the first. That is Matt and Kimbra from Fantastic Cruising. That's who that was. Joe, New South Wales Trainlink coach, Charlie Lima Kilo 592 from Dubbo to Lithgow, Sydney, trains BMT Intercity, train from Lithgow to Central, then Premier Motor Service Coach Service PM12 to Brisbane. That sounds like a great trip. Nick, my kangaroo that I bought at Sydney Airport is coming with him to Europe. That's his gift to her. And he has his opal necklace stuffed inside the pouch. Mate, that's awesome. Jonesy, looks like a trip around Tasmania when you look at the promo. Yeah, that's true, it does. But we're going to sort that out. Jimmy, flying is fun to Australia. Nick loved it. Amy is flying to Sydney next Thursday. Show off. Because I know you're going on another cruise, right? Who are you flying with? Hopefully not Jetstar. Joe's asking. Yeah, I don't like Jetstar either. Nick, it was interesting to Shaun. All they did was take his picture at customs in Dallas and waved him through. He did not have to sign any paperwork. Yeah, we want to wait and see what happens with us. Maybe because you were carrying a US passport, but we want to see what's going on. Not exactly. Okay, Amy, what's going on? Why are you going to Sydney? Um, Amy always flies Qantas, not Virgin. I tell you what was a great airline while it was still going was Rex. Rex were a great airline. Um, nice from Joe, and then Amy says she has a secret. Does Pete know your secret? I'm just asking. Does Pete know your secret? Um, when Qantas cancelled his direct flight from Darwin to Sydney, they offered him a Jetstar flight instead. He passed. He flew with Qantas from Darwin to Melbourne and then back up to Sydney. Oh, you're working on your big reveal, are you? Oh, you have a big reveal? Ah, okay. I'm going to keep it clean. Wondering what your big reveal will be. Joe is saying he'll fly from Dubbo to Brisbane with Link Airways if he chose to fly, but it's not cheap to do a one-way direct flight. Amy is flying Virgin for the first time next month. Yes, Peter is involved in the secret. Oh. Nick says he always flies Qantas when he's in Australia because of their code share agreement with American Airlines. Joe, Linked Airways and Rex are the only two airlines that run sub 340s. Yeah, you fly on your birthday. So you're going to be 21. That's cool. I'll be working on mine, and so will Ilana and I on hers. So, yeah, that's not fun. Okay, so other things that the board has done. Just wait for the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise. There will be some special items that are being made just for the cruise. Jimmy will be traveling to Boston tomorrow. Mate, I hope that will be awesome. I hope you will have fun. And that it's all good news. Well, you won't have fun, I know, but I'm hoping that it's all good news. Joe is saying he'll be working on his birthday. Yeah. Jonesy is saying he likes Virgin. Yeah, I like it too. I think when the thing is, Qantas, they are well, they were state they are state run. So when you've got Qantas, when we remembered Qantas as TAA, take another airline. I mean, seriously, it had its moments, but things have improved as time goes by. Also, the shutdown made a difference. Nick is saying it was a small plane, though, when he flew from Brisbane to Darwin. The flight, they crossed like half of the country. Yep. Brisbane to Darwin, you would have been on one of the smaller, what do they call them? Embraers you would have been on. Yeah, that's right. It was an Embraer 175. Yeah, that's fine. You spelled it okay. Just got a present from Adrian. I need to talk to Adrian. I want to talk to him. It's got to do with a charity. I want to talk to him and see what happens. So if you wouldn't mind, Amy, I'm going to ask you, can you make an introduction, please? Joe, when he first flew to Coffs Harbour, he flew from Dubbo to Sydney on a Qantas Link -8. Quebec 315, and then to Coffs Harbour on an Embraer EJ 190, ERJ 190. Well, that's cool. Yep, that's Thank you, Joe. Trust Joe to fix that up. Amy won best costume on the 90s cruise. So this is the reveal from that. Well, Amy, congratulations. Too bad we weren't on the cruise, but I definitely need to speak with Adrian because I've got some things to ask him. Nick is asking what I love about having been to Australia, as I saw more of your country in a month than most people see in a lifetime. Yeah, you did it. You did it by rail. So there you go. Good question. What was your costume? Joe then, he flew back to Sydney on a Boeing 737-800 and back to Dubbo on another Dash 8 Q315. Jonesy, we get Jetstar or Virgin. Both fly directly to Brisbane from Launceston. Joe is saying that Allianz are running the ERJ 190s now. Yep. And they, Alliance, they do serve a lot of the other airlines as well, not only themselves. They use their aircraft for sometimes Virgin will use them and sometimes Qantas will use them. Amy was Xena Warrior Princess handmade costume. Nick is saying both of his flights over to the Pacific Ocean were on the Dreamliner 787. Yeah, that's... we were hoping we might get a flight on a 380, but my mom's coming back from the US on a 380. Alliance are running those on behalf of Qantas Link. Yeah, they are a charter airline, and they will fly for whoever pays the money. So whether it's Qantas or Virgin, doesn't really matter. They'll do the same. Jonesy is saying, but Nick, you missed Tasmania, Australia's best place. Yeah, you did miss the Apple Isle. But you know what, Jonesy? That just forces Nick to come back again because not only did he miss the Apple Isle, he didn't do Australia properly. I mean, he spent like 24 hours in a place when he caught the train back, or a couple minutes before the train would go back. So he didn't have enough time, really. The only place he spent a fair bit of time, two places, was Melbourne and Sydney. Those were the only two places that he spent a fair bit of time. In fact, Sydney, he climbed the bridge. Nick is saying he saw a 380 at Sydney Airport. It was going on the Kangaroo route through Singapore up to London. That sucker was huge. Yeah, it is. Mom's going off to London. She'll be taking a 737 Melbourne to Melbourne to Perth, and then taking the 787 Perth through direct to LHR. So that's a pretty long flight. 19 hours or something like that in the air. Jimmy is saying he recently flew in a Boeing next generation 737 aircraft, distinguished by their superior fuel efficiency, reliability, safety, and comfort. Joe is saying he's seen some spy shots of Robinson's newest helicopter, the R88. They now have two turbine helicopters. The R66 has a 300S horsepower Rolls-Royce RR300, while the R88 will have a Safran Ariel 2W turboshaft. Whoa. Rated at 1,000, whatever the S stands for, I'm not sure, but HP horsepower. Shaft horsepower. Thank you, Joe. You read my mind, mate. You read my mind. All right. Well, folks, we're almost coming up to the hour. I'm quite amazed. Thank you for the lively chat, and thank you for coming on in. Please pass the word around. Get more of your mates involved. Get them to subscribe. Get them to like, share, and just get the word out, because HH4C is not going anywhere in a hurry. And we are definitely looking at putting 100,000 people on board a cruise ship at some point. Jonesy is saying, is this now an aircraft channel? No, mate. Hey, I'm into cruising. But I'll talk about planes if I can. Busy trying to get all the Yankees to come on over here because we keep on flying over there. So we'll see how we go. Jimmy's saying, come and see me tomorrow at 6 Eastern for the Cup of Joe Live. I'll endeavour to be there at the same time, mate. Joe is saying, Jonesy, I'm a dead set aircraft enthusiast. I love them. And see you tomorrow night, Shaun and Jimmy. Well, folks, take it easy. I need to call it quits. Thank you for coming in. Glad you enjoyed the show today. And hopefully those of you across the pond, your day is amazing and awesome. Those of us who are finishing off the evening on this side of the pond, I hope you have a great evening, what's left of it. And you guys, take it easy. Take care. Have a great and awesome day. Bye now.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream